Hello, monsieur. I'm joking. This is part 4 of the Raven Remastered. And in the previous video, very excitable shit happened. We solved the train issue. We then found the boy, and we got kidnapped. We're now on board the ship, and man, I can't even remember what happened in the last ending segment of it. We got seen by the doctor, and then we ended up looking for someone. So yeah, interesting stuff. Getting good. I don't know if we're still on the same chapter or whatever. It hasn't said anything like we changed chapters, because there is 3 chapters apparently. So here we go. There's the doctor. My deduction skills are superfluous. Go over the side deck. Wait, are we trying to break in there? Alright, you mad cunt. What the fuck's wrong with you? Twist the handle. I would do a run up and kick it down. Okay, go to the deck. What is the actual mission here? What?
Dr. Gebhard insisted on coming along, but now he doesn't seem to be sure if that was a good idea.
Talk to him.
Are you okay, Doctor?
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't I be? It's just that... Well, I would prefer to come with you.
You heard the inspector.
Out of a side deck.
All right, Doc. I'm off.
Oh no, I'm not going on a manhunt all by myself.
Oh, so that's right. We're supposed to be looking for the guy on the ship. Is that what we're doing? I can't remember. Oh, the guy was calling for help. I can't remember. The police officer.
Are you okay? Maybe you had better take a rest, in case the blow was more severe.
I'm okay.
Remember, I threw my heart pills into the sea. And that wasn't me. That was the game doing it.
Come on. I think it came from up there.
Simplistic game, weird art style, but I like it.
Just wanted to get a breath of fresh air. Zellner, look who we have here.
Well, if that's not our shadow.
And our stowaway.
Spent any time hiding in a trunk recently?
Me do nothing.
He claims to be part of the crew. Just wanted to get some fresh air.
Of course.
Well, speak to the captain, isn't it?
Understood. Take him to the detention cell, Robert.
Bloody migrants everywhere. No, talk to the captain and he will be like, you know.
You were right. There was a stowaway.
Yes, but he can't be the Raven. He's too young.
Right, but that doesn't mean that the Raven isn't lurking here as well.
What was that?
Is that a shot?
It came from one of the cabins.
Oh no! Baroness von Trebitz? Baroness! Open the door!
Shoot the fucking lock off. Ugh!
Step aside, please.
She looks fucking ugly.
We have a murder on our hands, gentlemen. Hurry, Zellner. The murderer still has to be nearby.
Wow, she is dead.
Practically no one on deck. Anyone who's outside is a suspect. This time we'll get him. Zellner, are you okay?
Yes. Come on. We have to.
Oh shit!
Zellner! Murder!
No! Dun dun dun. Next game to see what happens. So I fainted. And the baroness is dead. I did not expect that. The Raven's become a bomber, terrorist, and he's become a murderer, like, as well as a thief. This guy's got quite the rap sheet. We heard a shot though.
Wait, sleep well, did you?
Sarcastic. I didn't sleep voluntarily.
I didn't fall asleep voluntarily.
It doesn't matter. We got along just fine without you.
Any suspects? What knocked me out like that? Progression of events.
Have you arrested anyone yet?
You mean besides the Arab?
He could hardly have committed the murder. You must have been with him when it happened.
We heard the shot on the forecastle. I locked our friend in the detention cell in the cargo hold, and then went up to assist Legrand. You were already sleeping the sleep of the just.
Fair enough.
What's the state of play? How was the baroness killed?
The baroness was shot in the chest at close range.
Jesus.
Once the doc finishes examining the body in the medical centre.
And no one saw anything suspicious.
No one saw a shadowy raven leaving the baroness's cabin, if that's what you mean. A lot of people heard the gunshot. Inspector Legrand wants to question the passengers again this morning, once they've all calmed down, and he's had a chance to examine the evidence.
Interesting shit. So she was shot point blank range in the chest. So someone had to have been in there. Maybe it was a butler.
Besides the Arab, has anyone else aroused your suspicion?
No. Seconds after the alarm went off, the decks were swarming with frightened passengers.
Yes. A clever way to stay incognito
Yes.
during the commotion.
But we still have our primary suspect, the Raven.
You really think he's returned?
Well, I think that no one knows as much about the Raven as Legrand.
But still, it all seems so incredible. I didn't pass out last night because of the blow to my head, did I?
Seems unlikely. Inspector Legrand thinks you were drugged.
But how? The champagne.
Who gave you the glass of champagne?
Captain De Conti.
Interesting.
Why would he drug me? Why would he want me on the ship, tied up? Because remember, we was tied up at some point, so...
It should be possible to find traces of the tranquilizer in the glass.
That is exactly what Legrand is trying to do.
Without a laboratory?
Oh, he's got a lab. His cabin is packed with all the latest forensic stuff. It's quite impressive what the inspector can do.
A competent man, no doubt. And surprisingly well prepared.
And diligent. He's been at it all night with his brushes and tinctures and glasses and everything, working like a man possessed. I wouldn't want to be the Raven now.
Ooh, he's bloody hell. Okay, we'll check that out. Evidence for crime scene. What is the evidence?
Suppose that you and Legrand inspected the crime scene and the surroundings.
Of course. And we already hit the jackpot. The murder weapon.
Really? Where did you find it?
On the gangway. The gangway for boarding the ship folds up and hooks onto the hull when it's not being used. The murderer probably wanted to throw the gun into the sea. He casually dropped it overboard.
But it landed on the gangway.
Bad luck.
But Legrand and I were on the side deck right after the shot. There was no one there.
Maybe the murderer threw the gun away later. We recovered it in the early hours.
I think I'll look for Inspector Legrand now.
Do what you think's best.
You won't get rid of me. I'm here to stay, Constable Oliver.
Be that as it may, Inspector Legrand ordered me to guard the cargo hold with our special guest. That's fine by me. Inspector Legrand may be able to get by without sleep for days on end, but not me. It's not easy playing with the big boys, Constable Zellner.
No, it certainly isn't.
Alright, so we've got a bunch of places to investigate. It's going to be a bitch. Examine the cabin door. Actually, no. Ah.
The cabin was sealed. I'm pretty sure the seal doesn't have any legal relevance here on the open sea, but I'm still dependent on Legrand letting me join his team. I better not blow it by breaking his seal without permission.
Alright, so basically they want me to speak to him first. Where is he? That's what I want to know. Bloody loading screens. Nothing to pick up or examine here, from what I understand. Oh.
How wonderful. Sunshine and a blue sky above the Mediterranean Sea. It would be a perfect cruise day, if not for the murder.
Oh, examine. Wait, it said examine something. Ah. Glass roof.
It must have been rebuilt at some point. I'm sure it didn't originally have such a modern glass roof.
Enter the after deck. So I'm just wandering around at this point, guys. I will try and find the guy, Legrand. Examine the chain of light. Examine towels.
Soft towels. I could reserve a deck chair with it. No, better not.
Oh, this guy. What's with this guy in towels? It's very nice out here.
These things made quite a racket last night. I couldn't hear myself think. I'd really like to lie in the sun and take a nap, but I don't have time for that at the moment.
No, I don't. Wait. Why do I feel that's a trophy?
No, Jacob. Business before pleasure.
Oh, damn it. So they won't let us at this point. Wait, what about down here? Oh, I can't get down here, can I? No.
Did Edison have any idea what would become of his invention?
Right, so not out here. This is a lot of. That was a waste of time. So let's come back out. We can go downstairs or to the left. I'll go to the left. And we find Legrand. I was hoping to find a wine bottle. I mean, the wine glass, but I think that might be in the medical area. I want to get behind the bar as well. Can't do that. It sucks. Alright, let's go. So the saloon is not really anything interesting there right now anyway at this point. Unless I've missed something or told otherwise, so fuck it. Let's go out here. No! Side deck. So we're trying to join his investigation team. They're still adamant after all the shit that I've been through that we're not part of the team and shit. It pisses me off. What? Where have I gone now? Are you kidding me? Right. Again, a loading screen for this shit. Come on. Oh, examine. Here we go.
Curious. One can easily toss a gun into the sea from almost anywhere on the ship without being noticed. And yet, the murderer chose the one spot where it's not actually possible.
Okay.
I suppose the life jackets are stowed there, close to the railing, close at hand in case of emergency.
Go upstairs. Okay. So we're just trying to find out the workings of a ship where everything is at this point, I suppose. Right, where is...
We were here yesterday when we heard the shot, and it was also here where Legrand caught our stowaway. The grate must be part of the ship's ventilation system. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Wait, examine the axe?
Why is there an axe hanging here? I suppose it's for chopping through ropes in the event that the lifeboats can't be lowered. Or they use it to enforce who's allowed on the boat and who's not.
Right, can I get in this? Examine the door.
Ship's bridge. 2 men. One of them navigating. I get the impression that the officers keep things running. It seems like the captain concentrates on the passengers and the bar.
Alright, whatever. Let's continue. What in the... So why did I... Wait, the pipes?
A boat like this would also make a good hideout for a stowaway. Were the tarpaulins arranged like that on purpose so that no one could put them back in order once they get in? You can tell at a glance that everything is ship-shape with this boat.
That could be a possibility. I'm annoyed that I've come up here now. Like, what the fuck? Where's Legrand? Very frustrating because it takes so long to do anything. More loading screens, blah blah blah. It's like fucking annoying. What did that say? Forecastle. So we're going further along. I just want to speak to Legrand for fuck's sake. Oh, that's the guy, the cargo hold.
The stowaway surely didn't sleep well last night in the cargo hold, although his cell is probably more comfortable than my cabin, and more spacious.
Right, it's just okay. Right, so I don't care about talking to him. Do we have to go all the way around? I don't think we do. I reckon he's inside Legrand at the bottom or whatever, because I ain't found no more passengers wandering around here, so there's got to be at the bottom and inside the cabin, inside the boat. It's so annoying because it just takes so long to do anything. It's a big area of the you know, to cover when you're trying to find different things and find out where things are. Oh, all right. So let's go downstairs. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Is there another room over here? There is, but we can't do anything with it. Alright. Right. So guys, I'm going to check the time. Not the timing, but the sound of this video. Yeah. Alright. That seems to be working. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just checking. Okay. Into the medical center. Here we go.
Come in.
Because the glass was here, right? And wouldn't you question the guy? Oh God.
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
And there's the next one.
Excuse me?
You want something else from me, don't you?
I'm afraid I do.
What a first day at work. Well...
Alan's body. Knockout drops the bullet.
What's the result of your examination of the victim?
She's dead.
I didn't make you work all night long, Dr. Gebhardt.
She was shot. Point-blank shot. Probably with a pistol. It seems like she was lying in bed. The shot struck her heart. She died immediately.
Damn.
Shot?
More were unnecessary. And we only heard one shot, no?
And there's just one entrance wound.
Just one.
Alright.
I am told that I was drugged.
That's how it seems.
What can you tell me about it?
Me? Why should that be my business?
Haven't you analyzed the glass?
No, I haven't. The inspector said he's the better chemist. I let him do it. That way I could at least concentrate on the body.
Makes sense. Drugged baroness?
Do you think the baroness might have been drugged? She was very tired and unsteady.
That's right,
on the ground
she
when I
was.
saw her.
Yeah, I heard about that. I must have just missed her in the saloon. And without having seen her myself, it is hard to make a diagnosis.
Of course. Can you say something about her general health?
She was quite overweight, and the butler said that she suffered from diabetes. Despite that, she hadn't visited a doctor for several years.
Doesn't
Damn.
sound good.
Happens more frequently than you might suppose. Some people are scared of doctors and pay with an early death. It is possible that the baroness wouldn't have lived much longer anyway.
Damn. But also she fainted, didn't she? Before she even got on the boat. So maybe that was to do with it.
Do you know whose glass I drank from?
What do you mean?
Captain de Conti handed me a glass of champagne. But where did he get it?
I don't know. Did you ask him?
I'm just asking because you were also in the saloon when the champagne was served.
Yes, but I only entered the saloon a few seconds before you did. I didn't manage to get a drink myself.
Which, in retrospect, is lucky.
Ah, you're right about that.
Have you already removed the bullet?
Did Legrand send you? What is that Frenchman's problem? I already told you. I will get in touch as soon as I have it. That is also what I told the constable, who he kept sending all night long, once I finally got rid of Legrand himself.
Did he look over your shoulder?
He probably wanted to take the scalpel from my hand and hack away himself. But this is my surgery, and I will not let amateurs interfere with my work.
That's understandable. How much longer will it take?
I have just finished. Send my regards to His Majesty.
Thanks. I think that's it for now.
No. That is it for now, then, and later. I'm going to lie down for a few hours. Can you tell that to your boss?
But
Yeah, he's pissed off. I don't blame him. Been working all night. You know,
could I at least have the key?
Absolutely not.
But if we have to examine the victim again...
Then the esteemed inspector knows where to find me. In my cabin. In bed. Good night, Constable Zellner.
Oh. Examine the
An
pinboard?
evacuation plan? And some tips from the doctor for avoiding seasick. And here, a real barrel of fun.
Alright. So we've done that. Now we really do have to find Legrand. Okay, so examine the hallway. Examine the door to Legrand's cabin. Hallway?
I'm not paying for this trip, and that's a fair price for my cabin. It's rather plain, shall we say.
Go into the cabin. Examine the door of Legrand's.
That is Legrand's cabin.
Right, let's enter Legrand. Let's
Come
speak
in.
to him. So it's taken us a while to get here, but as you can see, I wanted to investigate the boat and shit. So please understand that. Wow, he's got a nice cabin.
Are you ready?
Good morning, Inspector Legrand.
We had a breakfast yet?
Pounding, but I think I'm okay.
Chloral hydrate.
Hmm?
That's why you have a headache. I found traces of it in your champagne glass.
And this chloral hydrate?
Is a tranquilizer. Can be dissolved in alcohol. The effect begins in minutes and lasts for hours. Who gave you
Effective.
the champagne?
I believe it was Captain de Conti.
If believing were enough for us, we'd have become priests, Constable. Be a policeman and find out for sure.
Understood.
Right, so he wants us to speak to the captain, fair enough.
What have you found out so far?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We heard the shot. The murderer quickly fled the cabin and dropped the murder weapon over the railing later. A simple story so far.
But why was her cabin door locked?
Exactly. If the murderer wanted to make it seem like a suicide, he'd have shot her in the head and left the gun at the crime scene.
And if it was murder, why did he go to all the trouble of locking the door from inside?
And how did he leave?
That anyway.
Especially since we arrived just a few seconds later and didn't see anyone near the cabin.
Something doesn't make sense here.
No, it doesn't, and it's driving me crazy.
Dual thief for murder. Okay, hold
Did
on
you
a second.
find the murder weapon?
On the gangway on the side of the ship. I suspect the murderer tried to drop it into the sea. He would have stood close to the railing to let it fall unseen.
And since he doesn't know the ship, he had bad luck and dropped it right onto the gangway.
Indeed. And do you find that probable?
Not a bit.
Neither do I.
Type
What
of
kind
gun.
of a gun is it?
A pistol, a Luger 08.
Antique.
Manufactured a million times during and after the First World War. Austrian model. The owner is David Kreutzer, the violinist. We found him tonight totally drunk on the bow of the ship. He confirmed that it's his gun, but he claims that it was stolen from him.
Fingerprints?
Nothing. But it's worth mentioning that the clip was missing 2 bullets.
And it's definitely the murder weapon.
The ballistic tests are incomplete. Actually, I've been waiting far too long for the bullet recovered from the corpse. Pay the good doctor a visit, Zellner, and see that he does his job.
About the bullet, here it is.
Yeah, we've got it.
Give it to me. As I suspected. A 7.65 Parabellum?
So the violinist had a gun. He's looking suspicious, mate.
Don't you want to examine it in more detail?
When I have time. For now, though, we can assume that we had the murder weapon. There can't be too many antique Luger 08 pistols on board.
May I take a look at the Baroness's cabin?
We already searched it thoroughly.
Sure. But what about now, by daylight?
Yes, fine, it can't hurt. Here, take this with you.
Alright, so we can investigate the room.
Thanks. I'll let you know if I find anything important.
But only then, please. I'm very busy.
Of course.
Alright, so we've got a lot to talk about here still.
Do you believe the violinist?
He'll be the first person I question. He claims he can't remember anything from the last few hours. Says he drank a bottle of schnapps.
He was on the train and he doesn't have an alibi. His drunkenness could be a smokescreen.
He fits the profile. He travels a lot, has access to high society. Could be interesting.
Then again, the professor, she was interested in talking to the professor, the woman, weren't she?
You think that the jewel thief is the murderer?
Our friend would have needed another key to open the safe and steal the second eye. The one the Baroness was carrying.
Yes.
At least, that's what we implied.
What do you mean?
The Baroness was famous for her forgetfulness. I convinced her to give me the third key. It seems safer for the eye.
The thief searches the Baroness's cabin looking for the third
Okay.
key.
She returns from the saloon earlier than expected.
Surprises him,
Yes.
and he can't allow her to identify him.
He imprisons her until the coast is clear, and then shoots her.
And thus, the thief becomes a murderer.
But still doesn't have all the keys.
Yes.
Are you sure that there's no bomb inside this time?
Professor Lucien locked it in front of an audience, and it will be opened for the first time in Cairo.
Let's hope so.
It would take hours to crack it, and you'd need heavy machinery.
Or the keys.
Or the 3 keys, that's right.
Do you really think that the Raven is behind all this?
He wrote the letter that was on the safe in the train. Without the letter, we wouldn't have opened the safe, and the bomb wouldn't have exploded.
But it doesn't seem like him, does it? The Raven was famous in part because he never hurt anyone, much less killed anyone, during a burglary.
It's his handwriting, and he called me Nico. No one else does that. I chased that man across Europe for years. It is him. It has to be him.
But the evidence...
Enough.
I'll be on my way. I want to find out who gave me the drugged champagne.
Good idea.
Right, so...
Inspector Legrand? Are you okay? Maybe you should take a break.
I can sleep once I've caught the Raven. Goodbye, Constable.
Be seeing you.
Alright. Just found out a lot of information there. Shit. So they suspect that he's looking for the 3 keys, went into the baroness, she came back early,
Legrand
found
is
him.
risking not just his career, but his health as well on his hunt for the Raven. He's working like a demon. Maybe that's why he caught the Raven and no one else.
Right, enter Legrand's cabin now, go into a cabin, examine the alarm. We have to find the captain. That's the medical center, obviously. Go upstairs. Where is the bloody captain? Because we looked for most of his ship. There's only 2.
No, I've slept enough.
Oh, I see. Right, so that's it. So Legrand's down here in the medical center. So, again, where's all the other passengers, though? That's what I'd like to know. And where's the captain? Side deck. Crack the seal. Okay, so let's do this anyway. We've got to do this anyway. Search her room.
This is the first murder scene I've ever set foot in.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Oh, we might find some interesting clues here. Hold on. Examine the portable cupboard. I'm going to go through the room step by step.
Portable portmanteau I've ever seen.
Open it. We might find some clues, who knows, so.
A portable must be hard work transporting this big, heavy thing halfway around the globe. And the baroness was lucky that the other freight cars were only lightly damaged by the explosion.
Right. What's this? A letter?
The notepad has the ship's emblem on it. I suppose all the first-class cabins have them.
Is there a message here? It's always a possibility. Ah. Inspector. Be in the saloon at 10. There is a murderer on board. Oh shit. And I will expose him. Shit. So she knew. That's why she fainted. Maybe. So that's why she was killed?
It says, Inspector, be in the saloon at 10 p.m. There is a murderer on board and I will expose him. Be. The baroness seems to have known the murderer, and that means that the Raven can't be the murderer. He never killed anybody. Legrand probably never got the message, otherwise he'd have said something.
Damn.
The mannequin surely came with the cabin. A mannequin for the baroness's clothes would have a more generous figure.
Alright.
Sunflowers. By Van Gogh, I presume. He liked to paint that sort of thing. Can't be an original. They cost thousands of francs.
Obviously millions. Oh shit. So we got a lot. Hold on. We switch camera.
The portholes face the side deck. If someone climbed out of the cabin through a porthole, Legrand and I would have seen them.
Okay. Right, we've got a bunch of shit. Look under the bed. Take a look under the bed. Might find something.
Something's under there. Down feathers. Maybe from a quilt or a pillow. Nothing special. Although, it seems like one of the feathers was scorched at the top. Literally burnt. I'll take it with me.
Maybe. Okay. Maybe from the train. Is that how they got burned? Examine the bed. Let's examine the bed. There's a blood stain there.
Still blood on the mattress. The sheet and the blanket have already been removed. To analyze them, I suppose.
Search the bed.
Nothing.
Examine the blood spot. There we go.
The blood spot is the only sign that someone committed a crime in here. Somehow... That's odd. The blood is so... red. Shouldn't it gradually darken in the air? Turn brown?
I couldn't tell you.
The unusual color of the blood could be something that Legrand and Dr. Gebhardt missed last night. All cats are gray in the dark, as the saying goes. I should take a sample.
Okay, how do we take a sample?
The unusual color, all...
Oh god, here we go. More. Search the cupboard. So I'll have a look at how to take a sample in a minute. Hold on.
A tape recorder.
Ah, maybe.
Built-in speakers. Probably part of the cabin's furnishings.
Examine
The
it.
tape recorder is older than the hills, but it was once very expensive. Top of the range. And it doesn't come cheap. Strange. There's only one reel.
Maybe we'll
And
find
it's
out.
the wrong one.
Ah.
No. No sign of the original reel. A reel made by Zeibling. I know the brand. Zeibling's tapes can be overwritten many times without losing quality. They're used in offices so that executives can record messages for the secretaries on the same tape over and over again. But they're not good for much else. They're robust, but they don't offer much in terms of sound quality.
Take it. Might be able to use that. Can we take a sample?
The tip of one of the down feathers I found under the Baroness's bed is singed.
Yeah. How do we... I'll just examine the vase. How do we take a sample though?
An impractical vase. If it had a wider opening, one could at least use it as an umbrella stand.
That's about it. Wait. Luggage.
Apparently, the Baroness didn't have time to unpack her bags. Or rather, didn't have time to tell her butler to unpack them for her.
Well, hold on.
Can't see anything.
Okay,
Wow. Heavier than it looks.
More feathers?
Aha!
I actually did that by accident, I won't lie.
Why were the down feathers tossed in the vase? Or is there anything else in there? There may be something else in the vase, but the neck is too narrow to reach in with my hand. There may be something else in the vase.
I haven't got the angle long enough.
The tip of one of the down...
Son of a bitch. Well, let's pick up what was on the floor. Oh, damn it. Can't we just break the vase?
Feathers. And they're singed as well. I'd better take it with me. There was sin. There may be something else in the vase, but the neck is too...
I haven't got anything else to pick up, like... Hold on. Bloodspot, vase... Isn't there a fire poker here? I just smashed the fucker. Oh, examine the lock and chain. Examine the cover.
There should be a ventilation shaft behind the hatch. Usually a good way to break in and out undetected. But we're on a ship. The ventilation shafts are very small here. I can't say why, and it seems impossible. But something tells me that the murderer entered and left the cabin through the door. The only question is how.
Okay.
The door frame was damaged when Dr. Gebhardt kicked it in. The real question is, why was the door locked in the first place? Assuming the murderer isn't a magician, and the baroness locked the door herself before she went to bed, the murderer couldn't have left the cabin through the door. So, the murderer must have still been in here when Dr. Gebhardt kicked the door in. Which is unlikely because someone would have seen him, or he found another way out of the cabin.
It's gotta be...
An impressive peep. It must be one of the alarms. It was tripped at some point. The seal is broken. But there's no way of telling whether it happened yesterday or 5 years ago.
So guys, there's gotta be a way in which he fucking leaves this place. Hold on. I want to break this vase.
Why were the down feathers tossed in the vase? Or is there anything else in there? There may be
I still
something
can't
else.
do anything. I can't. I need something to... Fuck. I suppose I could just go back to Legrand. But it feels like I want to kick open this door thing here. I can't do anything with this. I've got nothing to, like a piece of wood, or I mean a stick or anything.
The sibling, the tape that came on it, and the reel that belongs to the player.
Whatever. Right, I'm gonna go back to Legrand. I think. I don't know. We got to find the captain. Where's all these passengers? That's what I want to know. I can't see any passengers. Like the boy, the old woman, anyone. The violinist. Oh, here he is. Here's this dude.
The Baroness's butler looks like he didn't get much sleep. I would describe his facial expression as worried.
He's out for job. That's why.
Hello, Mr. Inch.
Oh, Constable, hello.
You look the worse for wear. It must be terrible for you.
Quite terrible. No one will hire me now.
Excuse me?
My mistress was murdered. Would you hire a butler who's been mixed up in a murder?
But if it turns out that you're not guilty...
If. But what if not? Who else would they blame? There are no gardeners on this ship.
I understand your problem. Under these circumstances, I'm sure you'd answer some questions that could help clear your name, wouldn't you?
Of course.
Alright.
How long had you worked
Let's
for?
just go for it.
6
the
months,
beginning.
sir.
Only 6 months.
6
I always
months,
thought
Jesus.
that butlers stayed with their employers for decades.
Those decades have to start at some point, Constable. Her former butler wasn't able to fulfill his duties any longer. Gout, sir.
I understand.
I took on his duties and hoped for a secure position for the next 20 years.
Jesus.
Did you notice anything suspicious last night?
No, sir. After the baroness went to the saloon, I went to the forecastle. I was there until the alarm went off. I went to the side deck and arrived shortly after Professor Lucien and Miss Miller. We found you and Inspector Legrand there. You were unconscious, and the inspector asked us to take care of you.
There's a lot of shit to talk about here.
Did you hear the gunshot?
No, just the alarm, sir.
You said you were on the forecastle. It sounded like the Baroness let you have the rest of the night off.
Not entirely, sir. One of the crew informed me that the Baroness wanted to be roused at 9:45.
Right. Why was
That's right, I remember that.
I suppose that she wanted to toast the success of the journey with the captain and the other passengers.
She hadn't intended to take a nap then?
That was not her way, sir. She had a lot of spirit, shall we say, when it came to social engagements and a glass or two of champagne.
Ransack cabin.
The
Oh, let's talk
Baroness
about
seemed
alcohol.
to be pretty drunk the last time I saw her.
Is that so?
Does that surprise you? Did the Baroness not drink?
Oh, yes, she drank. It was no secret.
I understand. How serious was her habit?
Serious enough, sir.
Was she under any medical supervision?
Certainly not, sir. She adamantly refused to see a doctor. Like so many elderly women, she had a distinct aversion to hospitals and the like.
Makes sense. Ransack
The
cabin.
Baroness's cabin seems to have been ransacked.
Indeed, sir, by the Baroness herself.
Really?
She was searching for something the entire afternoon.
And did she find it?
I think she did, sir, yes. She was in high spirits when she finally left her cabin.
You wouldn't happen to know what she was looking for, would you?
I'm afraid not.
Remember, she was quite forgetful. Or maybe she couldn't find the key.
Would you describe the Baroness as orderly?
Well, she always had a lot of responsibilities, sir.
That doesn't answer my question.
She used to take a lot of luggage on journeys, and I helped her keep track of it as best I could. She was always very angry when she couldn't find something.
What about the photos and the documents I saw in her cabin?
I really don't know. They were out of bounds to me, sir. Memories from the war, I'd say. They meant a lot to her.
I didn't see any fucking photos.
May I ask what happened to your arm?
A souvenir from the war, sir.
Doesn't it hinder your work?
Yes, sir. Obviously.
I didn't mean to offend you.
The Baroness had a soft spot for disabled veterans. I think she'd been through a lot herself.
I think that's all for now.
Please, sir, find the murderer. You have to clear me of all suspicion.
Okay. So that's him, but I still want to see where this fucking captain is. He appeared out of nowhere, this dude, so I'm hoping maybe if I go to the saloon, the captain will be there. He liked being at the bar. I want to find out who actually gave us the drink. Wait, what? No, enter the saloon. Ugh. What a bitch. I wish there wasn't a cutscene, a blank screen when you go into each room. It's kind of annoying. Ah, here it is.
Captain DeConti is sitting at the bar again. He gave me the glass of champagne last night. Hello, Captain DeConti.
Hey, Constable Zelna. You're back on your feet again. Glad to see it.
Right, events last night, poison champagne.
What was your experience of last night?
Oh, terrible. Dinner was fantastic. Everyone was excited about having a pleasant drink under the stars. And then this.
You were in the saloon all night long.
As the captain, I have to care for my passengers. After you and the others rushed out, I tried to maintain a festive atmosphere. But when the alarm goes off, I lose the battle.
Poison champagne.
Did everyone drink from the same bottle of champagne last night?
There was more than one bottle, if that's what you mean. There were quite a few guests, and the event lasted several hours.
The last bottle of champagne, the one the baroness drank from, did anyone else drink from it?
Certainly.
We have reason to believe that the champagne was drugged.
Incredible. But wouldn't that have made everyone drowsy?
Not if it was only the baroness's glass that was drugged.
I see. That's possible. On a night like that, many glasses are filled and emptied. There are several stewards, many guests. No one keeps track of every glass and every bottle.
A few drops in a glass?
Yes, it's certainly possible.
My glass is what I wanted to talk about.
The glass you handed me last night, where did you get it?
Ah, I understand. You think your glass was poisoned as well?
Did you pour it yourself?
No. I saw that you weren't doing so well and wanted to rescue the situation. I took the first available glass and I give it to you.
Was it on the table?
No, I hurry over to you, together with Dr. Gebhardt, who... Of course, he had the glass in his hand. He was looking around for a place to set it down, so that he could examine you. I took it from him.
And gave it to me?
I'd like to apologize for that, but you look so worse for the wear, and I just wanted to comfort you. I didn't think of looking for a new glass for you.
So the doctor had the drugged glass in his hand.
So the doctor gave me the glass, or he got it from the doctor. It was a very... a doctor would have those kind of things with him or would know about those things. He even said there was a fast-acting thing where you drink it acts fast and you get knocked out for hours. Those were his words. So he would have access to it, he would have knowledge of it. At the same time, it's not like it was for personal use, because he if he couldn't sleep or something, if this guy, that kind of things very quickly. You don't do, unless it was like a sleeping pill and he wanted to take one and go to bed. That would make sense to use it in general. But this is very extreme. Who the fuck has that kind of stuff on them? He knows what it was for, and look where he's put it. He's like had it in the glass. It's very weird. So, okay, we can tell Legrand that.
How was the Baroness?
She really surprised me. After she was so unapproachable at the reception and didn't show her face for the entire afternoon, I was afraid she was one of the beaux and bourgeoisie. But then she arrived in the early evening in the best of moods. Already had a few, if you know what I mean.
Did she say anything to you?
She asked me where Legrand's cabin was. I told her, then invited her to come for drinks in the evening. I said it would be great fun. The whole ship will be there, and you don't want to miss that, I told her.
And then?
She seemed to like the idea. She smiled, and then left again for a few minutes. Then she came back and seemed very happy. We drank a toast to life.
Ironically.
But at some point she didn't feel well anymore?
She overdid it a bit. She suddenly started to swoon and almost spilled her drink. I asked her if she wanted to rest for a moment in her cabin. At first, she didn't want to. She definitely wanted to stay in the saloon. But then she realized that she really did need to lie down. We left together. You know the rest of the story.
Is it
Alarm.
possible to find out where the alarm was set off?
I'm afraid not. There are alarms all over the ship.
I saw that they're sealed. Can't we just check whether the seal is broken?
I'm afraid they're gonna be missing on a lot of alarms. You know, this is an old ship, and over the years...
So, you're saying that the alarms haven't been regularly maintained?
I'll inform the crew immediately, of course.
Of course.
All
What
right,
can you tell
passengers.
me about the passengers?
Oh, not that much, I'm afraid. I wanted to get to know them properly at the reception. In most cases, I just shook hands with them as they boarded the ship. There are a few regulars on board, and after dinner, I had a conversation with Mr. Kreutzer, a talented violinist, and Lady Westmacott. But you already know them from the train.
It seems like there aren't that many passengers on board.
These bloody airplanes are making our lives miserable. Can you imagine? Grown men prefer to jam themselves into a narrow metal coffins instead of enjoying the fresh sea air on a ship.
It's all about saving time.
It shouldn't be about how much time it takes to get from A to B, but about how you spend that time. What you experience on the journey, that's what it's about.
I'll get back to my investigations now.
Ciao, Constable.
Alright. So we found out quite a lot there. Interesting that the doctor is the one that had the thing. Ah man, I want to continue this, I really do, but at the same time I know I've spent a long time on this video. So guys, I'm going to check the timing. "57 minutes in, guys. I am going to leave it here at this point in time. We found out a lot of stuff. Next part, we'll talk to this old lady here, the right or whatever her name is, and possibly report back to Legrand or whatever to tell them about our investigation, what we found out. We found out a hell of a lot in this video. My god, there's so much information there. Man, she was shot point blank range. We searched her room. I can't help but feel that we've missed something in her room though at the same time. Anyway guys, so it's kind of overwhelming, this video, this playthrough has been quite intense, or has gotten more intense. Anyway guys, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, links are in the description below, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.